Elon Musk says he wants humans on Mars within our lifetime. Not someday, not eventually, soon. But what if that dream is putting SpaceX itself in danger? Because behind the launches, the hype, and the promises, investors are starting to worry, and Mars may be the reason why. Elon Musk has been talking about Mars for over 2 decades, long before reusable rockets worked, long before SpaceX became the most valuable private space company in history. Mars was never a side project. It was always the destination. To Musk, Mars isn't about exploration, prestige, or flags in the dirt. It's about survival. He has said it openly, repeatedly, and without hesitation. Humanity must become a multi-planet species or risk extinction. Asteroids, nuclear war, artificial intelligence, climate collapse. Musk believes Earth is fragile, and Mars is the backup. That belief shaped SpaceX from the inside out. Falcon 9 wasn't the goal. Dragon wasn't the goal. Even Starlink wasn't the goal. They were all stepping stones. Everything leads to Mars. To understand the risk, you need to understand one thing clearly. Starship is not a normal spacecraft. It's the largest, most powerful rocket ever built, taller than the Statue of Liberty, capable of lifting more mass than Saturn V. But more importantly, it's designed around one mission: getting large numbers of people and cargo to Mars. Starship is stainless steel for a reason. It's designed to be cheap, reusable, and repairable on another planet. The heat shield, the engines, the shape, everything about Starship screams Mars. And that's where the problem begins. Because Starship doesn't just have to work, it has to work perfectly, repeatedly, cheaply, safely. And it has to do it in an environment no human system has ever mastered. Despite spectacular progress, Starship is still experimental. Explosions during test flights, regulatory delays, environmental challenges, engine redesigns. Each test teaches SpaceX something, but each failure also costs time, money, and confidence. For Mars, failure isn't dramatic. It's fatal. There are no rescue missions, no emergency landings, no second chances. A single error in propulsion, life support, radiation shielding, or re-entry could doom an entire crew. That's why many experts quietly say that what fans rarely hear: Starship may be revolutionary, but Mars is unforgiving. Here's where things get uncomfortable. SpaceX is a private company, but it still depends on capital, and capital depends on confidence. Investors love predictable revenue, contracts, launch services, satellites. They understand Starlink. They understand government missions. They understand orbital logistics. Mars? Mars is different. Mars has no customers, no short-term returns, no guaranteed payoff. Mars is a long-term bet, possibly the longest bet in corporate history. Some investors see it as visionary. Others see it as a black hole for money. And recently, that tension has become impossible to ignore. Starlink is SpaceX's financial backbone. Tens of thousands of satellites, millions of customers, billions in potential revenue. But Starlink also has limits. Satellites require constant replacement. Launch costs remain high. Competition is growing. And every dollar poured into Mars's infrastructure is a dollar not spent expanding or stabilizing Starlink. That raises an uncomfortable question. Is SpaceX stretching itself too thin? Can one company fund Earth-based services and interplanetary civilization? Or does Mars eventually start competing with SpaceX's own survival? If you want more deep dives into the future of space, Mars, and humanity's biggest risks, subscribe to the channel. NASA and SpaceX are partners, but they don't think the same way. NASA values caution, redundancy, testing, deliberate timelines. Elon Musk values iteration, rapid failure, speed. That tension works well in low Earth orbit. It becomes dangerous when human lives are involved. NASA's Mars plans are slow by design. Musk's vision is aggressive by necessity. And somewhere between those philosophies lies the risk. If SpaceX pushes too fast, disaster could follow. If it slows down, the Mars dream may fade. There is no comfortable middle ground. Mars isn't just a technical challenge, it's a biological one. Radiation exposure far beyond Earth levels, bone density loss, muscle atrophy, psychological isolation. A Mars crew won't just travel to another planet. They'll age faster, weaken faster, risk cancer at unprecedented rates. And once they land, they're committed. Mars isn't a visit, it's a sentence. Building systems capable of supporting human life there isn't just expensive, it's uncharted. And every unknown multiplies risk. This is the heart of the issue. Elon Musk has placed a massive bet on a single future. If Mars works, SpaceX becomes more than a company. It becomes history. If Mars fails or stalls for decades, SpaceX could be left overextended, overexposed, and vulnerable. The dream that built the company could also destabilize it. That's what makes investors nervous. Not because Mars is impossible, but because it's uncertain. And uncertainty is poison to long-term financial confidence. What happens if Mars doesn't happen in the 2030s? What if it slips to the 2040s or beyond? SpaceX would still exist, Starship would still launch, Starlink would still operate, but the central narrative would weaken. The promise that justified the scale, the risk, the ambition, would lose momentum. And momentum is everything. Without Mars, SpaceX becomes just another aerospace giant. With Mars, it becomes something else entirely. Here's the paradox. Elon Musk is both the greatest asset SpaceX has and its greatest risk. His obsession drives innovation. His pressure breaks boundaries. His vision attracts talent. But obsession also narrows focus. And when everything depends on one dream, failure becomes catastrophic. SpaceX isn't just building rockets. It's orbiting around a single man's belief. So here's the real question. Not whether humans will go to Mars, not whether Starship will succeed, but whether a private company driven by one vision should carry the weight of humanity's future. Elon Musk believes Mars is necessary. Investors wonder if it's premature. Engineers know it's dangerous. And history will decide whether it was genius or the most expensive gamble ever made. Because if Mars works, SpaceX changes humanity forever. And if it doesn't, the dream that built SpaceX may be the thing that breaks it. And let me know in the comments, is Mars worth the risk? Are we reaching too far? Too fast?